Welcome to Castle Combe for the Avon Tyres National Formula Ford 1600 Championship. And surprise, surprise, championship leader Niall Murray is once again on pole position. To take you through the exciting action, it's over to Scott Woodwiss.
Thank you, Lloyd. And as the cars line up for race one, here is the grid with that man Niall Murray on pole alongside Jamie Thorburn. Then Michael Eastwell and Luke Cooper ahead of Nico Gruber and Matt Round-Garrido. Rory Smith and Hugo Bentley-Ellis line up on row 4 ahead of Carter Williams and Felix Fisher. Jonathan Brown and Jack Wolfenden line up on row 6 ahead of a lowly Joey Foster in 13th place from David MacArthur. Then Thomas Capazone and Roger Orgy, Sebastian Job and James Clark. Then Richard Morris, Vincent Jay and Davide Maloney. 21 cars set for 15 minutes around the 1.85 mile Castle Combe circuit here in Wiltshire. The sun is pretty low in the sky. It's getting later in the Saturday afternoon, but we're all set for the first race of the weekend. 15 minutes of Formula Ford action. Castle Combe always delivers. Will it do the same here? Lights out. We go racing in Wiltshire. Good start from Murray off the front row of the grid. And it looks to be as if it's second place for Jamie Thorburn. Slots in behind the Irishman. Third has gone to Michael Eastwell. They pour off the line together. All of them are off the line in a pack through the right-hander at Folly. They go on board with Sebastian Job. That's his view up towards Avon Rise. And now to one of the trickiest corners in British motorsport. Quarry. It's a fast approach. You come over the crest. But everyone appears to be getting through pretty much trouble-free. It's Jack Wolfenden battling with Joey Foster. He's looking to make places up from 13th on the grid. Into the S's for the first time then. Right, left, right, and it's Murray who leads from Thorburn, Eastwell, then Cooper, Round-Garrido. Then it's 7th place for Nico Gruber. And there's David MacArthur in the white and yellow car in the middle of the pack. His first appearance in the National Championship this year. Good to have him in the field. And here's a fight that's already started to brew early on between Luke Cooper, who is the leader in the Castle Combe Formula Ford Championship. He's already had a race victory at some point today. So he knows this circuit like the back of his hand. Anything he doesn't know about Castle Combe, quite frankly, isn't worth knowing. Sebastian Job rocks over the curbs at Bobby's. And now to another equally tricky corner. Camp Corner. It's a very fast but bumpy right-hander. There's only one line, and passing, you'd be pretty foolish to try it, as James Clark has a look up the inside of Vincent Jay. But he thinks better of it, thinks, no, I'm not going to be that silly, and sits back in behind for another go. So across the line to end the first lap. Some good battles developing already as they're side by side for the lead up towards Quarry for the second time. Turning in, Murray still leads, Thorburn in second place. There's Michael Eastwell in the leading of the two Kevin Mills Spectrums that are here this weekend. The other one is being steered by Hugo Bentley-Ellis. He's already had a podium this season at Brands Hatch, and so he's looking for more progress up through the order. Top 5 starting to break away from Gruber in 6th. Bentley-Ellis is there in 7th place. Battle for 10th is also brewing between Joey Foster and Rory Smith. Down towards Tower, and a scrap going on for 4th as here comes Round-Garrido looking to the outside of Cooper, but the Castle Combe expert will not allow the young charge through. He says, if you want to pass me there, try something a bit more inventive than looking down the outside at Tower Corner, because that ain't going to work there, sunshine. So out of the right-hander of Bobby's, on towards Camp Corner again for the second time, and Murray holds the advantage. And he is going to try and look for yet more wins to extend his championship advantage. Out of Camp Corner, down the pit straight, up towards Folly and Avon Rise. Everyone in the slipstream together. This is what makes Castle Combe so good, because it's such a fast circuit. Everyone gets into the toe, and it means you get so many daring but prime overtaking opportunities on this circuit, one after the other. And it means that anyone can make a pass just about anywhere if you know where the right line and the right opportunity is. And a driver like Luke Cooper is a prime example of that. He knows this circuit like the back of his hand. He will use every single inch of the track that he knows, every single trick in the book to try and move up through the order. And so far, he's using every trick in the book to try and defend from a very feisty Matt Round-Garrido. And he's looking again to the outside. Luke must be looking at his mirrors thinking, haven't you learnt your lesson more than once? He clearly hasn't, because there goes Round-Garrido again, back up the inside, but he can't get the move done just yet. So Cooper remains in 4th position, ahead of the 5th place Garrido. The rest of the field goes pouring through. And the sun starts to hang a little bit lower in the air as Round-Garrido again. He's going to try and dare going up the inside of Camp Corner. But Luke Cooper looks and says, are you mad, man? And thankfully, Round-Garrido slots back in and looks to have another go a few corners up the road, but still he will not relinquish himself in the mirrors of Cooper. Looks again to the what will be the inside for Avon Rise, but it'll be the outside for Quarry, and passes on the outside of Quarry aren't impossible if you got the line right. He's trying around the outside, but there's not enough grip to make it stick. So down towards the S's again when you get another opportunity. It's still Noel Murray that leads it, no change. Here comes Bentley Ellis having a look at Nico Gruber. They're turning towards the S's, bumps over the curb and Cooper spins. A complete 360. Rangarino goes charging over the grass, but he rejoins. Cars scatter everywhere, and Luke Cooper tumbles down to the bottom of the top 10. And Nico Gruber's off the road as well. They're all giving melee down towards Tower Corner, and somehow Hugo Bentley Ellis has come out on top of it. What on earth is happening? I think Nico Gruber possibly went across the grass to avoid just the traffic jam that was in front of him down towards Tower Corner. And these three are completely oblivious to it because it's now Murray from Thorburn, from Eastwell, then the freight train for fourth, and it's Matt Rangarino in P4. Well, he's in P5 actually because it's Hugo Bentley Ellis in fourth place, then it's Rangarino, then Carter Williams. Here's the replay, and it's Cooper bumps the curb on the apex of the second part of the S's, a complete 360. Rangarino very lucky not to lose the back of the car over the grass, kicks mud and dirt all across the circuit, but somehow they both live to fight another day. What an extraordinary sequence. Well, still no change for the front runners here, as we all start to calm down just a little bit after that. Let's look back at this battle for fourth then. So it is Hugo Bentley Ellis that leads the group in fourth place. Carter Williams is there in sixth behind Matt Rangarino. And then we've got Joey Foster, Felix Fisher in the white and black car. There's Joey Foster. Then Rory Smith is in there in the red and white car with the black trim. Now we see Nico Gruber trying to sweep to the inside here towards Tower Bend, but there's no room at the end as they turn through the right-hander. And Cooper's in there too as well. You can see Luke Cooper is just ahead of Jonathan Brown. So he's made up one spot after his spin, but he's got a lot of work to do to get himself back towards these guys at the front. And the problem is, the harder these guys fight each other, the easier it's going to be for the top three to continue to break away and pull an even further advantage as they head up towards the road. So top three out of sight already. Bentley Ellis leads the group for fourth. Then Rangarino, Williams, Foster, Fisher, Smith, Nico Gruber, there he is. And then just behind him is the recovering Luke Cooper. Back in towards Quarry. Very fast approach, but if you can try and line somebody up right here, you can make a super pass. And I think Carter Williams had to take a slightly defensive line to prevent Foster from getting through. Fisher moves out to put himself into Foster's mirrors. No room there. A little wide again from Williams, but he doesn't run off the road. He keeps it all the way to the edge of the track. Now out through the right-hander of Old Paddock Bend. Now through Hammerdown, with the Hammerdown. And flat all the way into Tower Bend. Just let the car swing through the corner. And there's not much runoff here. It's a slightly narrow circuit in terms of there's not much runoff. There's the prime example. That's Nico Gruber. Nico Gruber goes grass tracking across the inside of Bobby's. I was about to say, if you look at a prime example, you've got a small amount of runoff area on the grass, and then you're straight into the cornfields. And that's not exactly where you want to have your Formula Ford end up there, otherwise you might end up getting lost. Take you an age to get out of that one. Back through the flat-out right-hander of Quarry. This is a fantastic sequence. Quarry, or I should say Folly, then Avon Rise. This is Quarry. Back under brakes. This is Felix Fisher defending from Rory Smith as Smith hangs the tail out. That's how hard these guys are pushing here. They really do want this one. Back into the S's. There's Carter Williams. Of course, a fairly successful driver from American single-seater racing. As Fisher kicks up a little bit of dust now. He's under attack for Smith around the outside, and Smith almost gets edged onto the grass, and Luke Cooper says, "Thank you very much," up the inside and splits the pair of them down towards the right-hander at Tower. So he's made the move, up now towards Bobby's. Can he think about a pass on Fisher here? And I believe these two know each other quite well from the Castle Combe Formula Ford Championship, so not as if they're strangers. He will try and make a move here. Not at Camp Corner, I think he knows better than that. No, he's going to sit back behind him, but he's very close indeed. Here are the two Cliff Dempsey cars. It's Jonathan Brown in the red car with the white side pods. And ahead of him, or behind him now, is Nico Gruber. As here comes Luke Cooper trying to make a pass on Fisher. They almost bang wheels, but Fisher holds his line. Down towards Avon Rise. They're going to go over the crest and hit the braking point into Quarry. They turn right. Fisher holds on. Cooper just sweeps across the nose of Rory Smith as he looks to try and make a move, but nothing doing still. Fourth down to seventh is unchanged. The battle for eighth is raging on here. Felix Fisher in the white and black car. Then the predominantly red car with the all-white nose. That's Luke Cooper, there he is. And then it's the red car with the sort of white graphics on the nose. It's not completely white. That is Rory Smith. And all of them together for the last spots in the top 10. So Fisher's 8th, Cooper's 9th, and Smith is 10th. And best of the rest is the scrap between the two Cliff Dempsey cars for 11th. In through Bobby's. Past the cornfields on the right-hand side, back down out of the chicane and up towards Camp Corner again. It's a fascinating race. Everyone in... Just break you off with little freight trains of 4 or 5 cars here, all running light astern and keeping close because they know one small slip from anyone will give a prime opportunity to make a move here. And Cooper is lining up for the second lap in a row through Folly. Up towards Avon Rise. This time looks to the inside line. It'll be the inside line for Avon Rise, but there'll be the outside for Quarry. And just behind them, Smith is now coming under attack from the two Cliff Dempsey cars. And I think Cooper has got through. Let's have a look as they come down towards the S's. And the answer to that is yes. So Cooper has made the move stick around the outside. A great pass from the number 6. Careful of those curbs, Luke, because you've lost out once already over those. But thankfully he does keep it pointing in the straight direction. And this is now on board with Sebastian Job, and he's attacking David MacArthur here. So Sebastian Job, the scholarship winner from the end of last year, in his first season of single-seater racing, first year of racing full stop. And he's about to show us a little bit of racecraft as we look back to the battle for 8th and then 10th positions. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, we've almost forgotten about these three, but they're at such a world of their own as Thorburn runs a little bit wide. They come across the line, and that's not really a sight you want to see, is it, last lap? Because it's been such a great race, you don't really want it to end. So, Niall Murray then holds on to the lead. We're back on board with Sebastian Job, up through Camp Corner. And is there a chance here to get past David MacArthur? Runs a little wide on the exit of Camp Corner. Job's momentum was a little bit better. Now they come through Folly. He's pulling alongside. Can he possibly get himself into position to make a move up towards Quarry? As the leaders come back in towards the S's for the final time. And Murray runs a little bit wide. Oh, Murray's onto the grass. Murray goes over the grass, bounces across onto the track. Well, that's very unlike Niall Murray. He really is pushing, and that really has brought both Jamie Thorburn and Michael Eastwell back into play with half a lap to go. So a small lapse in concentration from Niall Murray, and it's not done and dusted yet. He's still got one more sequence of corners to go. Through Bobby's and then through Camp Corner, and Jamie Thorburn's right there. Wide again from Murray over the curbs. So he's led practically from lights to flag. He's got one more corner to go, but is Thorburn going to make a last-minute attack? Eastwell watches on. Thorburn puts himself in his mirrors, but he can't do anything about it. And out of the final corner and onto the pit straight, Niall Murray takes the checkered flag and wins the first National Formula Ford race here at Castle Combe. It is Thorburn second, Eastwell third. Hugo Bentley Ellis does beat Matt Rangarida to the line for 4th and 5th places respectively. Joey Foster gets 6th ahead of Carter Williams in 7th. Then Luke Cooper recovering to 8th. Ahead of Felix Fisher and Rory Smith. Jonathan Brown and Nico Gruber in 11th and 12th places from Jack Wolfenden, Sebastian Job, James Clark, David MacArthur, Richard Morris, Davide Maloney and Vincent J. Roger Orgy and Thomas Capazone retired early on. And fastest lap from that man Cooper. A brilliant opening race here at Castle Combe, and here is Lloyd with the top 3 on the podium.
Niall, fantastic race, really close out there, and extending the lead in the championship.
Yeah, can't have asked for any more. Another 1,000th of a second on my fast lap, and I would have got that too. Unfortunately, Luke got the fast lap in the last lap, but yeah, no, really happy. Just about broke the toe from Jamie after halfway through, and managed to get the head down, did a couple of 9/8s on my own. So I was very happy with the pace.
Jamie, really close racing. Congratulations on your podium. But what can you do tomorrow to get past Niall?
Yeah, yesterday was really good. We had some mega pace in the car. I just made one wee mistake on the second last lap, and that let him get the gap. And if I hadn't made that mistake, maybe when he ran wide, I could have snuck through for the win. But considering we had a bit of a disaster here last year and have never been back since, the turnaround in the car has been phenomenal. And we've had really good pace all weekend. We're getting a bit quicker and quicker every time. So hopefully, again, we'll just stick with him in the early laps, pull a little bit of a gap like we done yesterday, and then kind of put him under some pressure at the end. But again, it's just about trying to bring it home for some points, because we had a disaster at Kirkstone when we got wiped out with 3 podium places. And this weekend's just about finishing, getting some momentum back, and then race 3 obviously is reverse grid. So if we don't make a good start and get stuck in a battle, if we can stay top 6, then that's pretty much the main aim as well.
Michael, congratulations on your 3rd place, but with the heat here at Castle Combe this weekend, that must be playing havoc with the car.
I mean, we're definitely sort of at the end of the temperature range, the ideal temperature range. But no, it was a good race, really good race for us yesterday, thanks. And hopefully looking to repeat a good result today. And yeah, I mean, we're starting in a good position, so fingers crossed.